Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Tutor Hustle for Teachers YouTube channel and podcast. I am here with a very special guest today, Brenda Brooks from Young Learners Curriculum. And a lot of people have asked me how you tutor online. And a lot of tutors are very curious about how to get into online tutoring and how to make the classes really engaging. So Brenda is the best person to talk to about all of this because she is going to share with us a really outstanding, you're not going to believe it, outstanding curriculum and some of the really cool stuff that she does as an online tutor. Brenda is an expert in Google Suites, an expert in all kinds of technology that I don't even understand. So she's going to help us out and teach us a lot of really cool stuff here today. So welcome, Brenda.
Hello. Hi, Kelly. It's so happy to see you. I'm so excited to be here. Um, I I just love to be online and play with technology since I was a kid. I'm a Bostonian, so I have been on the computer since 1986 before Windows, and I've been following it through. I'm Google certified, but I've got a new baby now. It's called Genially. Once somebody finally convinced me to step out of my comfort zone and come over to Genially, I can show you something that's really going to knock your socks off for presentations. It's
Oh
probably
boy.
the closest thing I've seen to the animated ones. It's kind of like a smart board, but it's if you're a teacher, so you know smart boards.
Yeah.
But this is a smart board that can correct itself.
Wow. That's pretty
So
cool.
yeah, so this is what I love about it because a lot of the curriculum now, then courses that I'm making, I can actually code it to even say the kids' names. So it's like a game at the beginning, and you say, "Come on, sign into your library card." And as they sign their library card, they're actually coding the next couple of slides where we have like they're learning their vocab, then they're going to interact, and you just sit there and watch them because it's correcting them. So you let them find their
Oh,
mistakes, and that's where the learning happens. Not when I tell them where the answers are, I mean the answers to the questions are, but actually showing watching them solve it themselves.
that's really cool. Can you show it to us? Like, can you share your screen and show us how it looks?
To choose like I do with my students. Like let's say you're in my classroom. I have 3 different courses. I specialize in young learners because that's where I started. But then I also have teenagers now. So I'm expanding and we're doing this as a live course being built. So the teachers actually decided on the 10 units, and my teenagers have been helping week to week narrow it down what's easy to read, what they like, what they don't like. And then I release it. So I really test everything beforehand. Um, so you're a reading teacher. So you're going to probably like something in my reading curriculum. And
Yeah, let's see.
I kind of took games and I mean, students, I wanted them to really love reading like I did. Like I grew up in a library. Kids asked for toys, I asked for books. So this is where I stand out because now I'm bringing books to life, but I'm bringing books to life in a way where the children can actually go inside and play. Um,
Nice.
this this story, if you want, it's past Easter, but let's just take a look at it just for the fun of it. This
Mhm.
actually got 45,000 views on YouTube because
Wow.
I put the stories on YouTube as well for the kids to watch them. And that was also because my son's in America and one day he may give me grandkids and I wanted them to have a storytelling grandma whenever they needed her. So
Oh, that's a good idea.
I started a YouTube channel with my stories for the kids and the teachers alike.
Nice.
So
What is your channel called?
Young Learners Curriculum Interactive Library. I can pull it up right here. I look, there's our
Okay.
meeting.
And I'll put
Uh,
the, yeah, I'll put it in the, I'll put it in the description too.
yeah, and it's like hit and miss.
Yeah.
Some stories do well, some stories don't do well. Some stories do well. So it's Young Learners Interactive
Mhm.
and library. And you can see
Nice.
we have over 100 in there already. And I try to post them every week, but I'm starting to do the experiments because I can move my camera. And yes, I made a
Mhm.
volcano. I made the stupidest looking funny face. And I cannot believe I put it there. But yeah, so all of my stories, you can see the stories and you'll see them by age levels.
Wow, that's great. So people can just go in and watch them, but
They're
if
free to
they
watch
have,
and use in class. If teachers want to
okay,
read them to the kids, they're welcome to use them.
that's great. But they're also interactive too if we have your
The
curriculum.
subscription, if you have the
Yes.
subscription. Okay, so let's look at
Okay.
the leveled readers. Let's say, you know how you have that, you're working, let's say we're going to work with Tommy.
Hmm.
And let's say we're going to see Tommy, where's age 4 to 6? Of course, the 4 to 6 is not here. I'm going to look up a title.
Okay.
And gymnastics. Let's say gymnastics. Now the 3 titles will show. We'll start out
Okay.
with Tommy, and Tommy's doing really well, but you're going to know quite soon that maybe it's too easy for Tommy to read.
Okay.
So I have the 7 to 9 right up. And
Hmm.
if that's still too easy, we can bring them right up to 10 to 12. And they're all around
Oh,
the same story.
nice.
So this is good for me because that means I only have to animate once, and then
Yeah.
I can we'll go in to changing it around. Like you can
We
see
have
here,
different levels of the same story.
different levels. Yes.
Okay.
Background music, if you would like it.
Mhm.
Kids love all this noise. We may not, but the kids absolutely adore it. Here is an interactive table of contents to everywhere you can go. And I don't go fast with this content. I go very slow based on the kids because I want them to really enjoy it. So some of these lessons can last 2 lessons. Kids that have been with me for for a year, they're doing it in 1 lesson, but other kids, they're taking. Now I added a lot of STEM projects, and those will be our second lesson. Our first lesson will be the story, and then the second lesson will be the STEM. So when you're coming
Okay.
in, we're going to have, and I have you just like a student, you can just come right in and write your name on your library card. You can
Okay,
type your name on
nice.
your
So
library card.
clicking, oh, it's working.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
wow.
that's you. Now,
Okay.
now
I didn't
enter
click
the
in the
library.
box.
Yeah.
Okay.
And immediately look what it tells you. Kelly, do you like sports? So it automatically tells you, and they can listen to it here too, but it won't say Kelly.
Do you
Okay.
like to do sports?
I just skip over that. And then you can have,
Nice.
then it says click the gymnast to begin. Now we're going to learn about the gymnast. And what I did is they have paper flashcards to back it up. So you can go through at the end and you can give them all the things that they need for the story. But I usually give
Okay.
that to them after, because
Nice.
this is an interactive flashcard. I built the interactive ones. And then we discuss, and then they flip and they learn. So for every word they're going to learn. And there's also for the 4 to 6, it's just reading without meanings. 7 to 9,
Mhm.
they'll have the meaning and the word. 10 to 12, they have the meaning and the word. And they're not the same words for each story. 4 to 9 might have the same words, but usually 10 to 12 will have different words.
Wow, this is really cool. And we're sharing the screen on Zoom. So if you use Zoom, you can use this interactively.
Of course. That's the only
Nice.
way I
That's
do it.
nice.
I know people, they use it, the co-browser in places like Qualago or SuperKid, they use that as well. And that means if they're on iPad, they can use it. But for me, 4 to 6, I really don't want them to have too much interaction. So
Yeah.
let's say now we've memorized it. They first you're introduced to the vocabulary of the story. They've memorized it, but let's double check. And this is
Mhm.
just a really quick one that they just grab it and then they put it inside, and immediately they're going to know if it's right or wrong. And once
Wow.
they've done this, I ask them to make sentences with each of the new words.
Well, that's a really good vocabulary activity.
Yeah. And I change them. I try
Nice.
to change them around like every 10 or 12, I'll make a new one. And then
Mhm.
this here, and based on people were asking me, they want to keep the pictures next to it. Um, it's been developing over time. At the beginning, it didn't have vocabulary. Then we added vocabulary. Then we added flashcards. Then we added quizzes and vocabulary. And I just like, and as you can see, your name is right at the top. So,
Mhm.
and maybe here, I'll know which one it is. This one I know for sure. And it'll tell them they're
Nice.
right or wrong.
Oh,
And then we're
very
going to,
nice.
before they read the story, they can watch the story to get familiar with it. And it just plays right here for them.
Mhm.
Subscribe.
And then this is the same video that they see on YouTube.
Adventure
Okay.
by Teacher
Very
Brenda.
nice.
Yeah, so they can hear the story so that you can test their listening. You can keep
Mhm.
stopping it. And then you have your guided questions on the top. What is the title? Who is the author? What will happen? And this is the fun part. Ready? They got to get on the bus.
Oh,
Bus
nice.
is taking off without her.
Benny,
And then you click on the
Mia.
bus and wait, click on it. And they drive.
Wow, very nice.
Yeah, so this is the different kind of animations that you can add in it again. And then here they can listen first,
Benny and Mia got on the bus.
and then they have the questions, and then so that's just this is just the curriculum. So this all goes through here.
Nice.
But I wanted to ask, I know you had some questions for me, and I
Yeah.
wanted to answer them for you, but like there's just so many different things you can do. And I work, all of these are usually commercial images. I get commercial images. I don't get them off of Google.
Well, thank you so much for showing us, giving
then
us a
we
little
have-
tour.
Yeah. And then there's like games, and then we have our STEM activity. And then that's where I created it with them, the medal. And then we're
Nice.
still all of them come with these, like a cover for if you're making a
Okay.
course and you want to show the parents. This is your
Mhm.
story, there's your video, there's your workbook, there's your flashcards.
Very nice. Thank you for that tour. That's a really impressive curriculum with lots of stuff going on. Very, very
Yes.
good. Yeah,
It's-
very good.
I think when teachers are doing it, we see it a little bit different than other people see it.
hmm Yeah,
Because when
there's quite
teachers are, because we know what we wanted to see in the classroom, and you can get like all of the, what are they called? I have them all. I work with education.com. I work with some of the
yeah,
biggest companies. They're just lacking something that we need in the class, that we always have to create anyway. We all create our own flashcards. We all
Yeah.
create our own little workbooks because it's not enough inside.
yeah, that's true. No, what you have there is very comprehensive. That's really like that would keep us going for a while. So thank you for the tour.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'll ask you a few questions. I have them, and I know Brenda just showed me how to split my screen before we came on, but I have to work on that. I have them on my phone in the
Oh, she's so
meantime. I'm
cute.
gonna do it the old-fashioned way. Okay,
That's okay.
so what are some essential elements that make an online presentation or a course engaging for educators and learners?
Okay, first of all, you have to think of what age are we in? We're in the digital age. If you're still teaching PDFs, you are way behind. Your children are sleeping, and they've been like this for about the last 20 years. I have been an educator for 25 years. We had smart boards within 5 years. I was taught in the Promethean smart board, and 2-year-olds were shutting the standby, putting the boards on standby. Okay, we had classes at 2 years old. I taught in Lebanon. Kids came in at 2 and 3 years old. They put that board on standby, and the teachers didn't know what they did. The little kids went in the back and knew how to put the button like that, and they're going like this to the board. Our board is broken. Yeah. So it has to be multimedia. It's just like you have to put it all in the lesson because we have such a diversified type of learner. Everybody has a different learning style. So you want to be able to meet all of those needs, and especially if you're online. Because online, they're more diverse, they're more into multimedia because that's what they're used to. And you have to also know that it can't last too long, your activities. Because what's the most famous thing out there now? Reels and shorts.
Yeah.
So their
That's a good
attention
point.
span is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So we do brain
Yeah.
breaks too. In my younger foundation curriculum, we do a lot of brain breaks, even with the older, just to get them up and dancing.
Yeah, that's good. That's good that you do that. That's right. And and I think that I would say that I think you can actually do more online with
can.
with the tools that you have and the way you're presenting it. I think you can actually do more online than in person. And I tutor both online and in person, but I honestly feel like you can do more and
Yeah,
faster.
and especially like with the STEM and stuff like that, you can have like one-on-one, tons of one-on-ones. But if you
Mhm.
have a curriculum that has STEM and art in it, like mine, you can be selling a weekly class and bringing all of your online kids together once a week to make that project. and to
Yeah.
meet friends and to make friends, where it's
Oh,
not where it's not oh, we have to learn. It's going to be, oh, we're going to have fun.
yeah. That's a great idea. Yeah,
Yes.
there's so much you can do. The sky is really the limit with online, I find.
Mhm.
And okay, so next question, how can technology be effectively integrated into presentations and courses to enhance the learning experience?
Hold on a minute. I lost that question. So you have to be able to foster the collaboration, and you have
Mhm.
to be able to personalize their learning experiences. You can use the online discussion forums. You can use chat. You can use a virtual classroom. You can do an interactive whiteboard. You can create dynamic and learning environments. You can use things like word wall and play against the student. I recently came into something called buddy games, and I have one student. I want to play Uno, and I'm laughing because these are card games that I grew up with, but they're strategic. And just to
Mm.
see their love of, even if it's a virtual board game, it's still the love of a board game, and it's teaching her strategy, and she doesn't even know that's what it's doing. She
Yeah.
just thinks it's fun.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's lots of good ideas for what you can do to incorporate technology online. I love that. And like I said before, the sky's the limit, really, with
It
online
is.
learning. There's so much you can do. And what strategies can teachers use to maintain learner engagement throughout each class and each course?
Again, with them, they have to have you have to have a good platform, and you've got to make sure that the platform allows them to engage. I use Klassen, and I make sure I do lots of stickers, and I want to make sure that, I mean, as they're listening to the music, the hello and the goodbye song, they have their sticker, and their sticker's dancing. Maybe the child's shy and doesn't want to dance, but their sticker can go did did did, did, and I eat their sticker at the end. And they're just, because that, if you leave it on the board, that's all they're going to do, is play with that sticker. So just having to know that they can have more than one thing going on. Kids can multitask, and a lot of young ones are really famous for that.
How can multimedia elements like videos, interactive quizzes, and animations be leveraged to create a dynamic and interactive presentation?
People never underestimate the power of a GIF. The GIF is probably one of the best things that you can use for any kind of language comprehension, because think of the caveman. He drew with pictures. GIF is a moving picture. I can say drop and the kid will go, huh? But if they see the picture dropping, oh, okay, got it. Doesn't matter what language they speak, first, second, third language, they got it. So GIFs can really give you those, they can relay a message, and in a comical way. So for me, that multimedia just, and try to keep it Bloom's taxonomy. Try to keep it from, because my lessons, all like my foundation, they go from learning, recognizing to analyzation by the end. So make sure you're going to continue to go up that pyramid, because these kids are super intelligent. So they make them look things up. My older kids, they have to look it up. What? You don't know what that means? Okay, there's a tab. Open it up. Use your phone. Huh? I can. Yes, you can use your phone. Oh, I can use ChatGPT. Yes, you can use ChatGPT, but you have to read the answer, because ChatGPT is just an extension now of Google search, but a lot better.
This has
Mhm.
been great, Brenda. Now I have a student coming in soon, so we have to say goodbye. But
No problem.
these are really, you've really shared some wonderful tips with us, and you take online learning to the next level. I have to say, of all the tutors that I've seen and met, you really take it to the next level. So I'm happy that we got to chat with you today, because
Thank
for
you.
somebody that's just starting out online, wondering what they should do, for someone that wants to take their online tutoring to the next level, definitely check out Brenda's stuff. I'm going to link everything below where people can find you, and link your YouTube channel and all of that. So check that out, because there's a lot to learn, and there's so much more to explore in the world of
Oh, and
online learning.
I forgot to tell you, I do have a free Genially course on my
Oh,
website. I
good.
do, because I've done the courses a couple of times live. So I offer it as a free
Oh.
course too, so people can do it at their own pace. And it has a quiz at the end.
Ooh, I'm gonna link that below too. That's really good to know. Well, thank you so much,
Mhm.
Brenda. Thank you so much for chatting with us
Yeah,
today.
Kelly, it was so great. I had a lot of fun.
It was nice to
Thanks.
see you. And I hope everyone enjoyed this. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the Tutor Hustle for Teachers YouTube channel. And we'll see you soon, Brenda. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.